Retro Rock plays everything.
Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second haul video of the month. Oh, I got some stuff to show you. It's not a huge haul, but it is a fairly varied haul, and it's got some cool stuff in it that I've been looking to get for quite a while. And I could talk about it for another hour and not show you anything, or number two option, I could just start showing you stuff. I think I'll go with the showing you stuff. Number one, I'm going to just start off with a bang here. I did get a WiiU. And I got this off a Goodwill auction for about $70 delivered, which is pretty good, except it came with no cables. So I had to go order some cables. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I have a Switch anyway. And, you know, a lot of the bigger games are available on both of these right now. But the reason I'm doing it is I was just this close to having every Nintendo platform there is. Everything from, you know, the Game Boy on up through the Switch. I'm pretty much complete now as far as systems goes. So this was the last system I didn't have. Now, I had one a long time ago and got rid of it. But I decided that because I was so close to completing it, I might as well just have them all. And that's what I did. I Pokemon'd it and caught them all. No cables. The cables cost me an extra 20 bucks. They seem to work okay. I do want to show you this amazingly amazingly cheap box. Look at this box. This is obviously not official. That is terrifying. So anyway, there is the WiiU, and I did pick up one game for it so far. It is WiiU Fit, which is basically what I use my Wii for. I do some Wii jogging on there, so now Wii Fit U has another jogging application. I bought it new. It was like 12 bucks, and it came with this little guy right here, which is a pedometer, which basically measures how many feet you have. So, you know, if you have 3 feet, it measures your steps. And there we go. And it feeds back to the Wii U program, which then, I don't know, tracks that along with everything else. I haven't played it yet, but I plan to since I now have all the cables. And this cable just showed up today, which allowed me to do this video. Yay! So if there's any games that are specific to the Wii U that I absolutely have to have, let me know. I'll probably get the Mario for it because I did like that game quite a bit. There was also there's another game that I really liked for it quite a bit. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But anyway, super interested in games that are exclusive to the Wii U that I can get. So throw them out there, folks. Come on, I want to hear it. Next, Ace Combat 3 for the PlayStation 2. Not a huge pickup, but I actually like this game quite a bit. And I like this series quite a bit, and I do have a flight controller for my PlayStation 2, so I think it's a PlayStation 1, but it should work. 1, huh? It should work without problems. So I'm happy to have that. Next, I got this, and I haven't tried this yet, and I'll probably do a review on it. And if anybody's had this, let me know what you think of it. But this is a wireless PS2 controller. See the little dongles there? And I generally like Logitech stuff, so I'm hoping that this will be alright. It felt okay in the store. It was only 7 bucks, so I figured I'd take a risk on it. And I very seldom see anything like this that still has its receiver. So, well, I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. I'll do a review on it. Again, if you have any experience with it, think it's good, think it's bad, let me know. Next, a random $12 pickup of Mario Kart. Super Mario Kart for the SNES. I barely ever see SNES stuff in the wild anymore. Not at, just regular thrift shops. So this is the first Super Nintendo game I think I've seen that's non-sports at a thrift shop. It's a nice name. Anybody got a thrift shop called Thrift Stop near them? That would be a great name. Thrift Stop. All right, next in the more obscura section of the pick 'em ups, I've got a psychedelic Vectrex overlay that I picked up off of eBay. I think it was like 20 bucks. Overlays are expensive for the Vectrex. This is a brand new one that the guy's producing. I'll put something in the notes below about this little guy. But anyway, you put it over your Vectrex screen and play a game, and it makes it look cooler. Many games came with this, but a lot of times those overlays get lost. So this is kind of a generic overlay you can use. And I have tested it already. It looks pretty darn cool. And the construction quality is pretty nice. It doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart. So I'm happy with that. All right. I think before the big thing, which is the more rare thing that I picked up, I think I'm going to go with the Atari 2600 carts and show you these. And I'm going to try and remember to show the fronts and the tops this time. Sorry I didn't last time. My apologies. And a little bit about each if I have anything to comment. This is a fairly big lot, so I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. Okay, so bowling for the Atari 2600. And there's the front. This is one of the first Sorry Ataris I did. In fact, it was the first Sorry Atari I did was on bowling, because I enjoyed that game so much and had such good memories of it. Fond memories. Okay, I'm going to do this the entire time, obviously. Warlords. Already have this one, too. There's going to be a few that are going to give you an idea of why I picked this lot out. It's going to get more exciting soon. Here we go. Video Cube, which is not super rare, but it is rare, and this one's in good condition. This is obviously being added to my collection, and maybe I'll do a gameplay on it. But neat to have that in. I'll save that one. We've got Slot Racers, which I also played quite a bit of when I was a kid. We didn't have much else to do as far as gaming goes. So when you got a cartridge back then, boy, you were playing that sucker for a couple of weeks before you got another one, if not a month. I'm just going to put these guys together, but Pitfall and Pitfall 2, I'll probably sell these because I have multiple copies of Pitfall and another copy of Pitfall 2 anyway. But it's nice to have these. It took me forever to get Pitfall 2, and now that I have it, I can't stop getting them. They just keep showing up. But they do okay on eBay, so I'll go grab them. I'll go sell them on eBay. Next, we have a nice copy of Asteroids for the Atari 2600. Quite a good game. Was not a disappointment when I got that one. I think I got it for my birthday when I was a kid. Next, we have Miss Pac-Man. Another not a disappointment game. Pretty good. If anybody's super interested in those, let me know. Pac-Man. Super disappointing. Not a great game. Played a lot of it still, though. Didn't stop me from playing it. No, no, no. Star Master, which is fabulous. I gotta go check and make sure I don't have a copy of this around. I'm pretty sure I do. This is a pre-elite game, so basically it's only combat and a little bit of I don't want to say that, docking with star bases. Yeah, pretty good though. It's actually a fun game to play even now, even though it's not great. A copy of Kaboom with the initials POS on it. Really? I'm not going to say that either. Wow. So if you're POS, I've got your copy of Kaboom. Write me. I'll hook you up. Give you the homeboy hookup. I've already got that game. Next, we have Missile Command. Another great game. There's some hidden initials in this game. Feel free to look that up on the internet, how to get it. Next, I'm going to show you this one just to get into something more adventurous. This is Joust, which I don't have, and I'm glad to have, but see that little P by it? All right, that generally would mean that this is a PAL copy. However, this is an NTSC version of Joust with the P PAL on it, which makes it not super rare, but semi-rare. This is a misprinted cartridge. really kind of cool. I was so happy when I got this. This whole lot was like nothing. It was like 30 bucks, I think. It might have been 40 delivered. Just did ridiculously well on this lot. Really happy about that. Goodwill auctions are generally not too nice to me, but in this case they were. We got Jungle Hunt, another great Atari port. I really like this port of Jungle Hunt. And I don't think I've talked to anybody who has had anything negative to say about that port. It really is quite good. Next we have Space Attack. I got multiples of these. I'm going to have to do another trade-off of my spares box. It's getting pretty big. Next we have Smurf. Not a great version of Smurf. Definitely play this on a ColecoVision. Don't play this version. Unless you don't have a ColecoVision. Then play this version. It's okay. Even if you don't have a ColecoVision, for the love of all that's holy, don't play this version of Zaxxon. It's horrendous. It took a isometric game and turned it into a 2D top-down shooter. And it turned it into a bad top-down shooter. A bad, slow, cranky one. Really bad job on that port. Next we have Donkey Kong. It's a passable enough port. It's missing levels, but it's not bad. It looks okay. I was happy to see it, when it came out. Here's another copy of Donkey Kong. Do you really care? If there's two of them, do you want to see it twice? There might be some other duplicates in here that I'm not catching while I'm talking. So sorry about that. Here's Real Sports Tennis. I had all the Real Sports games when I was a kid. I got every stinking one of them. And I think it was volleyball I played the most. I liked tennis, though. I thought it was an okay version of tennis. The basketball is pretty good. I did not like the football at all. It was not... I love the original football. I should do an Atari football. I don't think a lot of people do videos on Atari football. So I'm going to do a search, and it's going to be like 8 million videos on that. All right. Next, we have Breakaway 4, and I've got plenty of these, of course. A bunch of Pong games. Next, I have not played this game, nor do I have this game. Crypts of Chaos is one of the reasons why I bought this lot. Here we are. Crypts of Chaos. Chaos by 20th Century Fox. Pretty excited about that. Demons to Diamonds, another game you see quite a bit. I didn't get into this game until much later in my Atari 2600 career. It's really not bad. But it's really not great either. It's kind of in the middle. Here's another one that my friend Mike used to absolutely love, and I never really got the hang of it. Here is Haunted House. I even played the remake trying to enjoy that, and it didn't do much for me. I was an adventure person, Not bad, though. Not a bad version of it. It's in pretty good shape, so if mine looks lousy, I'll grab that one. I might not even have it. Hard to say. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Spend countless hours playing this with my dad. So I love this game and have very little bad to say about it. There is a weird thing. It had 2 grenades, and I never did figure out what the second grenade was. And I finished this thing just scads of times, so I don't think it really needs that second grenade. I don't know what's up with that. Anyway, if anybody knows more about that second grenade, down below, because I know I searched the internet at least a couple years ago and found almost nothing about what the use of that thing was. Alright, next we got Star Raiders, which, since I have the controller like 3-4 times over, I might as well have Star Raiders. It's actually a pretty good little space combat game. It's a lot like that game Star Master that I showed earlier. I think it's a little more complex. I still prefer Star Master over this one, but this one's not bad at all. It's a good game. Next we have Barnstorming, which I don't know why, but I had kind of an obsession with this game when I was a kid. I'm not good at it. I'm not a world record holder, nor will I ever be, but Barnstorming is not a bad game. It's just not that amazing either. Next, we have Yar's Revenge, which is an excellent game. Another game that I'm not terribly good at, but I love. Yar's Revenge just plays well. I think my friend Matt, when I was growing up, really loved the crap out of this game. At least his sister was always playing this game, and I really learned to like it through her and him. Never actually had it in my collection until years later, though. Until after the Atari was dead and gone. I got another copy of The Empire Strikes Back, which is really nice. I traded a viewer some stuff for a box for one of these. So this is actually the one that was in that box. They had a better one in this collection, and I already traded it out, but I did get one. So feel free to, I don't know, give me crap in the comments about actually showing a fake one that I already had. But I did get one of them, and it looked a lot like that, but cleaner. Next, we have Adventure, which I understand on eBay is now worth like $800. That's not really true. I think it's going for 20 though, which is outrageous to me. At one point, I think I had like 8 to 10 of these and gave them away to friends. And then for a while, after that Ready Player One film came out, they were like hugely jacked up in price. I mean, hugely jacked up. And I was like, oh man, I can't believe I gave those away. But then, they're not really worth that. I hate, I don't have a problem with capitalism at all because, obviously I live off of it. But sometimes the market is just bizarro. Next we have Freeway Help, the Chicken Cross the Road. Another Activision classic. I actually did a Sorry Atari on this, and it's a lost one because I have no idea where the video footage went. I was going to do this one again. I used to play this with my friend Mike as well. This was another popular game that we both would play. He was really good at it. I was really not good at it. But it's a fun game to play anyway. It's no Frogger, but it'll do in a pinch. And I think it came out before even the arcade game Frogger did. So, or at least they were right around the same time. Speaking of Frogger, there we go. Good version of Frogger. Atari 2600 Frogger is not bad at all. It plays really well. The music's pretty accurate to the real game as well, so you can't really fault it for that. That makes it better than almost any modern version of Frogger out there. Yay, Parker Brothers! I love their cartridge. Their cartridge design. It is really nice. Can you tell I need more caffeine? Oh yes, I do. Next we have Atlantis. I have dozens of these. Alright, I don't have dozens. That's hyperbole. But I do have at least 5 or 6 of these laying around. Great game, though. It's a little bit like Missile Command. You've got some bases at the bottom. You're trying to defend your city from attackers from space. Just a really fun game. One of the better games out there. Someday I'll accidentally get one of those Atlantis 2 cartridges, and I'll probably give it away to Goodwill or something in a big pile of junk. Next we have Video Checkers. Is there anything I should say about this? Everybody knows what Checkers is, and this is Video Checkers, and it's not particularly good. I think this was one of the first games that Activision made a better version of when Activision split off from Atari. Well, the developers defected from Atari and became Activision. And then finally, here is another one of the reasons why I bought this one, a game called Deadly Duck. It's not a particularly rare or expensive game, but it is one that wasn't in my collection. And often when I buy a lot, it's because they have 3, maybe 4 games that aren't in my collection. Same with this one. And Deadly Duck was one of those. So expect a Sorry Atari on that, because it's a neat looking game. I haven't played it yet either. Alright, and so the last thing on the list is a Virtualboy. This is the other big Nintendo item that I've been hunting for to complete my Nintendo hardware collection. And finally got one. This one, I actually picked up the headpiece for, I think it was like $50. Was it? It might have been a little bit more. It might have been like 70 or 80. I picked up the headpiece, with the controller and the power pack, and then it was missing the feet and the eyepiece. So I bought those separately. They cost me another $30. So for maybe $150 total, I think, I ended up getting a complete Virtualboy. If you don't know what this is, it is a 3D gaming system by Nintendo that completely failed. It's actually not as bad as they say. Some of the games are pretty fun for it, and I think it's a darn interesting looking piece. And if you're really serious about Nintendo collecting, you can get it. This is one of those few game systems that you can't really emulate very well because you kind of have to have the hardware to play it because it is, the games are in 3D. So, if you're not, I guess you could emulate it through some 3D glasses or something, but the best way to play this particular system is on the real hardware itself, so I'm glad to have the hardware itself. Probably won't be doing any other videos about it unless it shows up in one of my collections, but it sure is interesting to have. I'll definitely bring it to MGC next year because I don't see a whole lot of them on display lately. Used to in the early days of MGC, but not so much anymore. For games, I got Wario Land. I've got some more coming for it, by the way. They're little tiny cartridges, by the way. And then I got Mario Tennis, which I hear is pretty good. Haven't played that. I played Wario. And then Red Alarm. Not a Command & Conquer game. That's Red Alert guy. But Red Alarm, which I haven't played yet. Don't even have any idea what it's about. I also bought a Japanese shooter. It's on its way, but it didn't make it in time for this video. And speaking of video, I think this video is about done. Put a fork in it. Jeez. This is a good one, eh? Yeah? Alright. Eh? Pretty Wisconsin. Pretty Wisconsin. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I want to thank you very much for watching it. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe for more. I'll see you in a couple days with a little bit better content, I hope. Bye.
Retro Rocks Gaming Videos.